Good afternoon, YouTube, and thank you once again for tuning in to my channel, JPM.Cuisine. Today we're going to be taking a look at the N1 Series 3.5-inch paring knife from Cangshan. They sent these out to several subscribers to their channel. This one comes right after my latest unboxing of the Mercer 3.5-inch paring knife, and again, I alluded in that video that we were going to do some comparisons later, so look out for a video on a comparison of the Strong paring knife that I have, the Mercer paring knife, and then this Cangshan. Okay, so if you take a look at it, we've got a nice, beautiful black box with some information. I just oiled my board, so maybe I should have waited on that, but if you're looking at any of that, that's just from the board itself. It's the N1 Series 3.5-inch paring knife. There you go. Details right there on the back. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right. So we've got a sleeve over a box. It's a hollow handle, actually. And I think I'm gonna need something to pop it open real quick. First time unboxing it, I have not seen it or held it. I have held off until opening it on camera for you guys, so I actually don't know how it feels. Okay, another package. So I believe that's the same thing that's on the back there. Yep. Hopefully word for word. If you guys are interested, there's the barcode on it. Just a hollow box. It is NSF certified. There we go. Popping it out. Interesting. So we've got plastic tricore foam inside the box, and we've got this little divot that it sits in, so that doesn't come out with it. And there's the knife. So it's a hollow handle, very interesting handle, very unique. I've never had one with a hollow handle, but it's obviously a single piece that they either pressed or forged. It is a X50 CR MOV15 with a hardness of 58 plus or minus 2. It's a little overzealous, but we shall see. I'll give it a test. We'll find out. Let's go ahead and get the weight on it, because it feels, even though it's got a hollow handle, it seems like it has some weight to it. In grams, as always. So we're looking at 111 grams on this knife. Majority of the weight is in the handle itself. The balance point is right there. Again, as I said in previous videos, for me, paring knives are better to have the weight in the handle, so I can be more nimble with the actual edge. But there is a lot of handle there whenever I'm choking up. Again, a nice little choil for you to keep your hand or fingers away, but it is fairly sharp right there, so be careful when you hold on to that. Again, I use my thumb whenever I'm cutting as a guide for coring apples and such, peeling. This is typically how I'll peel with a paring knife, so don't do too many cuts with it outside of that. Today, let's get into the magazine paper test. So far, well, let's talk about the fit and finish. Sharp edges in the hollow area, picks up fingerprints very nicely, especially since I've just oiled the board, so please excuse that, but it's rather sharp there. Again, you're not going to be using it as a chef's knife, so you're not really going to chop with it, but you are going to be holding it. It's very, very awkward just because of how it tapers in, and it's kind of sharp, so you feel like, I don't know. Fatigue wise, I mean, the handle's heavy. It's heaviest most here. That's the entire balance from there on. Quite a bit of metal here. I think that's probably what's doing it, especially since there's nothing in the center. It's completely hollow in the center. If you see, the blade feels sharp, feels razor sharp out of the box. Distinctive thud going in there, but it is a unique handle. I haven't held anything like this. So this is very, very new, very, very unique. If you've ever used flat spatulas or flat spoons, you can get a little bit of fatigue. This does have rounding in it, so I don't think you'll experience that, but it does, I don't know what they were going for with the cutout on there with the hollow. I just know that it has sharp points here and here and here and here, so whenever you do wrap up on it, you can feel as they kind of help with grip a little bit is what they feel. Hopefully they won't create any kind of heat spots or sore spots with using it, but they do feel a little sharp. They could have probably polished it off, maybe a little bit of rounded them off. I think maybe you wouldn't notice it as much because it is a clear distinction between the rolled edge and that sharpness there. So let's get into some magazine paper cutting, okay? And again, this feels very, very sharp, so I don't imagine it's gonna have any issues cutting through this paper. Sharp as a razor blade. Push cuts, draw cuts. There's no issue with it there. Let's go to my favorite test. Once in a while. Just roll up on there. I got into cardboard, but that was my fault. This thing is extremely sharp, so it just digs right in. I mean, there's no mistaking it. This thing will grip anything that you put in front of it. It is sharp. So this thing out of the box sharpness is something I look for, not because I can't sharpen it if it's not sharp, but not very many viewers and not many people I run across want to buy a knife that isn't sharp when you first buy it, number one. But if there's any kind of inconsistencies in the sharpness, it kind of is a telltale sign to quality control on some of these knives. And it's, you know, it's concerning only to the fact that if it doesn't have a warranty or you don't have a way to get in touch with the company, that you can't get it exchanged. But you kind of have a cause for concern. It's like having anything brand new that doesn't work right out of the box. It probably is just a one-off, but still, if anybody's gonna get the one-off that doesn't work, it's gonna be me. Because I do reviews, of course, right? But it feels really good in the hand in terms of sharpness. I feel like I can get it done. I do like the point, very similar to the Mercer in the sense that it has that sort of equilateral triangle in the tip, as opposed to being a sheep's hoof or a bird's beak or something where the point is sort of shifted either left or right of the center point, which makes it for me easiest to use. So I have an apple here today. Typically with an apple, you can tell I'll just run the apple around the center, depending on control, and you'll just get that out. Same thing for the back. Again, what I look for is to make sure I don't cut myself on the back. So if the blade is too long, which this one is almost out of reach. It's not so far out of reach. It's this piece right here that my middle finger will butt up against, and that right there is sharp, guys. So when you're using this, you can't get as close to the tip. I have short thumbs, so I won't be able to get as close to the tip as I'd like, but still holding it like this, get a little bit of room here, some relief, not on it, but when I try to stretch out, that's what I get. Let's see if you can see it in there. I get a little bit there. As I want to come closer to the tip, my finger is essentially touching the choil and getting close to that sharp point. So I'll rotate whenever I'm using it. So we get a nice good grip here. That doesn't feel bad. That actually feels pretty good because of the sharpness here. It actually digs into the hand. Cut around and then just peel. And I'll just push the fruit towards the knife, coming around towards my thumb. You know, as thin or as thick as you want. But this is pretty much what I expect from a paring knife when I first use it. This one actually feels really good. I like the action in it. Just cut across there. And that's it, just basically peeling an apple, peeling potatoes, carrots, whatever it is, whatever fancies. If you want to use a peeler, you can. For this, I feel like you can dig into the eyes a little bit, get some good cuts. But it's not bad at all. Let's do a slice. So we get a slice out of there. I like to do a crack method where you cut in and break. That's a little deep, but you can pinch and break, pinch and break. It's a little bit thicker than, I believe, the Mercer. It still feels pretty good. The one thing that we're gonna find out as we start to use it is how well it holds an edge. And with the 58 plus or minus, in terms of hardness, I'm thinking it's gonna hold an edge pretty well. The only true test is time for me, so I will continue to use it and I'll report back here in about 3 to 4 months. But I'll do some demos in between that. And lastly, one of the things I want to do is make sure I'm in frame, but just cut out this pomegranate. This one's a very thick one, juicier there. Stain my board right before I cut some more on here so you guys will see that that's within it. Okay. Oh, jackpot. Let's go ahead and pull that out. And one of the things with these pomegranates is you can cut across wherever the feathers or wherever you see the little leaflets. They're kind of segments, if you will. Cut in deep enough. Oh man, my board's gonna totally stand on this. And you can break out your sections. And this, again, is one of the reasons why I absolutely love a paring knife, because it gives you that nimble feel. This Cangshan knife is actually pretty good. I'm a little impressed by it. So I didn't know what to expect with the handle up front, but now after looking at it and using it, I'm pretty pleased. So let's see what it does in a few months. And as always, thank you guys for watching. It's a little bit messy this time, but thank you for watching. Feel free to leave any comment below. I always check those out. Remember to play nice in the comments. We don't want anybody bullying anybody. We're here to learn from each other, and we're here to share our experiences, and feel free to share your opinion as long as you're open for discussion. As always, thanks for your support, and we'll see you next time.